Psalm 1. I want to apologize for last time. I don't that was I felt like that was the worst I've done, and okay, can't change it. I could have just killed it and started over, but that was yesterday, and I can't do anything about yesterday. I think I was, I don't know why. Anyway, thank you for grace. I'll try to do better, but I'll just be honest with you. This is a season where I am more distracted than I probably have been in a very long time, years. We're in the home stretch, Debbie and I. We have 2 more days to get all our earthly belongings packed and ready to load on the trucks so that we can roll out for Las Vegas, our new home. We lived there for 13 years. It's like going back home. Okay, that's my excuse. Well, it's not really an excuse. It's only a reason. Back to Psalm 1, where I should have started last time. Blessed is the one. Other versions, blessed is the man. Blessed. I think, I put myself in this category. Most Christians are likely to kind of buzz over the word blessed because in the Christian vocabulary, blessed, blessed in its forms, it's everywhere. It's all the time. Maybe the most, I'm going to say famous or even outstanding place where this occurs is in Matthew chapter 5. Jesus, in the one longest sermon of his that we have recorded, Matthew records, we call them the Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven, for in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. Blessed, 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 blessed. Now, when I was in high school, Ken Taylor did the world a wonderful favor, and I think he did this responding to God's prompting. It began, as I understand it, having done a little bit of research about it, it began when he was trying to help his kids understand the Bible. They would read the Bible each night, and so you don't have to have very much experience with the Bible to realize there are parts of it that are pretty hard for a kid to understand. And so what he did is he paraphrased it so that they could understand it. And this project grew and grew and grew and became what I think I got it as a gift. I don't think I went and bought it. I think it was a gift, but it was called the Living Bible. It's not an accurate translation, and it never reported to be. Ken Taylor's intention was not to make an accurate word-for-word translation. Have you ever read a word-for-word translation? It's a little bit, for me, it's a little bit hard to, you have to go very slowly to understand it, because Hebrew syntax, Greek syntax is not like English syntax. And so a word-for-word translation is very choppy. Well, okay, anyway. Ken Taylor's idea was, let's capture the meaning, and yes, that meant let's interpret it in a way that kids could understand it. It's been overwhelmed through the years by dozens, and dozens, more than a dozen, other translations and paraphrases of the Bible. In that, here's why I'm talking about Ken Taylor and the Living Bible. His paraphrase is, happy are those for the Beatitudes. I'd say that's probably, when you boil down the word blessed, that's the one remaining nugget, is happy, caused to be happy. But in its richest forms, which the Beatitudes, those, I'd say that's rich. I believe this first song, blessed, that's the rich form, and it means secure, cared for, convinced of provision. It even implies prosperity, not physical or financial prosperity. That's you would have to really bend this to make it fit in that. It's the spiritual prosperity. It's what Paul wrote to Philemon. I hope your soul prospers. And this is soul prosperity. It connotates the peace, soul peace, of security and provision from God. So in a way, I think here's my paraphrase, the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night, that person has a soul deep sense of security, satisfaction, provision, happiness. Why? Well, I think the reason for that kind of happiness, security, soul deep, satisfaction would have been part of that. The reason for this is because the one who doesn't follow the values and practices of, the psalmist doesn't, he doesn't hold back. The wicked, the sinner, the mocker. When you don't follow that, when you don't embrace the values of those people, Your hands are free to accept the blessings of the Lord. Okay. Blessed. Do you feel blessed? Because there are a lot of days I don't feel blessed. And yet, I am. It's hard for me to separate blessed from grateful. When I come back to the reality of how blessed I am, it evokes gratitude. And I know I'm the king of bunny trails. I want to chase this bunny a little farther. One of the things that keeps me from being grateful, and run that back, because gratitude, in my opinion, is always going to be connected to blessing. One of the hindrances for that, for me not focusing on, recognizing, pondering, even dwelling on the blessings in my life. And that will keep me from gratitude. But I think the biggest thing that hinders all that is hurry. Truly. If you're in a hurry, you don't have time to reflect on God's blessing in your life. Your emotional, mental, spiritual field of vision is cluttered with all kinds of stuff. I got 80 things on my to-do list for today, and I've only got time to do about 30 of them. And the truth is, you probably only have time to do 10 well. I've told you this before. I got my first education about this concept after my heart attack. In my recovery, especially about the first 3 months, I could not hurry. I physically couldn't hurry. And secondly, I didn't have anything to hurry for other than a doctor's appointment, and we figured out how not to hurry. We figured out that the smartest thing to do is to give myself time to get there. You build in the prep time and the travel time, and I didn't have to hurry. After my heart attack, in that period of time where I couldn't hurry and I didn't have any obligations. Canyon Ridge was so good and gracious to me. They gave me 6 months to recover. So I didn't have to go to work. I had no obligations or commitments. I focused on getting well. And in that period of time, I didn't hurry. And one of the outcomes of that, once I got over the shock and grief of having to give up a busy life that I had grown addicted to, I realized I was becoming much more grateful. And in fact, one of my goals, I told a good friend of mine, the thumbprint that I want to leave behind is gratitude everywhere I go. You can do that only if you're not in a hurry. You'll never be able to experience God's blessing in a hurry. What if your life is so jammed and all you're trying to do is maintain your legitimate commitments? This is where it gets hard. I think we have to look at it and decide what is most legitimate. And we have to build in time for reflection on God's blessing, which will produce gratitude. Okay. Yeah, but I think I did better than last time. I'll see you next time on Soul Care with Stevie Boy.